This video is part of a series on wireframing, and before we get started with sketching or laying out our ideas, we do need to find out what other people are doing with their websites in the same genre as what we're trying to accomplish. And you might have already taken a screenshot of something that you're redesigning. You need to know what the competition is or what's out there. This particular one, I'm doing a study of the flea markets or farmers market to redesign my own farmers market website. And so I did a little icon, and we've been talking about this in kind of a series of building on design and websites. And this one has a nice icon and banner at the top. A typical navigation for the website that goes across and all the links to it. Don't worry about too much any dynamic types of things like this little scrolly, but this is a nice welcome page, gives us a nice picture, gives us some information, although it's a little bit busy with the colors and it's fairly basic, but that's okay. We've got a nice area here where it's devoted to weather conditions, and apparently this information is being fed into this website. It does need a little bit more room. What I'm thinking right here, we have text jammed into text, so it's a good idea to give a little bit more room, some margins or padding around different things. Okay. So it does give another set of navigation at the bottom, the same ones as the top. If you have a website that has to be a page scrolling down, you typically want the same navigation at the bottom, in addition to maybe some social networking and things like that. This page also has, at the footer on the bottom, the copyright. Yes, we definitely need copyright, and we'll talk about that when we get to it, what to put on your web page for the wireframe. Another farmers market and flea market combination. This one's very well organized. Again, our navigation towards the top, but what do you want it to look like? We want to keep it simple. Things like the content that would normally end up on a web page that we would put over and over on the same pages, we want them in the same location all of the time. So if I go to the vendors page, just the content would change here, and the rest of this, like hours of operation. You don't want your visitor to have to hunt around for a phone number, the hours, the location, and things like that. This is nice, brightly colored. It's very well organized and has a theme going for it. Don't go for anything that gets cluttered up too much. This one for Orlando Farmers Market, although I really like their icon, it's a bad idea to put something under construction. At least put a welcome page where they're located and that a new website is being made at this time. Unless the farmers market is not available at this time, you should not put a currently under construction. Bad idea. All right, this one has a nice theme to it and a color scheme. You see yellow, brown, and this fresh green is used over and over. A color scheme, it is wise to have that. And we've got a lot of textures, what we typically see in a farmer's or market or something like that, the wooden crates and things like that. But it is very busy with a lot of photographs jammed up one against the other and a lot of information jammed into those. So we need a little space separating some of these things out. The bottom of this website probably is the best part, where it's got a lot of space around the items that are presented here. Okay, nice navigation. We can keep it simple, but it's a nice area, and typically that is on every page. Another one where got a lot of textures and things like that. You don't have to have a lot of textures and background pictures and things like that, but a color scheme is wise. And you can see here, we've got a lot more space around each item. So think about that when you design your website. Okay. Then last but not least, another one that's fairly straightforward and simple in nature, not a very large banner at the top, a simple treatment to our navigation where I hover over it, it might change a little bit of a color. Not a lot of color in the background, but we do see the green over and over in highlighted text. Nicely organized. Okay, it's fairly plain and straightforward, but that's all right. Okay, there's the copyright information, and we've got a little bit of connection where we have social networking and things like that. Okay, so you want to know what your competition is doing or the same genre than which you're working in. You might be redesigning a website, and so you need to look at others' work.